Alright, I'm out in the truck, importing CDs and all that good stuff. Usually I don't, if you say CDs, that's probably out now, but anyway, I'm importing some CDs and thought maybe I'd give you a little look around of the vehicle. Let me start this up. Okay, turn this off for a minute. So in the truck, oh, this truck has dual climate zone. You can set it to auto, it'll pick out what temperature you want for each passenger in the truck. What makes that happen is there's a little laser or whatever there, it senses the heat. It senses the heat for in here, keeps the temperature you want for each passenger. So for instance on this side, she wants to be at 26 Celsius. Well, be it. I can still stay at 30. If my temperature drops below 30, this little unit right here will keep me warm. Same idea, vice versa, for the passengers in the back. They have their own little buttons in the back. They can do the same. Leather seats. Now, give you a little bit of okay, here, I want to show you the stereo. So the stereo now, you can take in, it's got a 40 gig hard drive. You can either import CDs with disc, auxiliary, and there's the HDD, which is the hard drive, which I said is 40. You want to import a CD, you just open it, it flips out, and you just pack your CD in there. This is a DVD, as you can see. Plays DVD videos. You can also have it set to play the DVDs in the back headrest, which are on their way. It's $1,300 for the DVDs for each passenger in the back. So that'll pop the CD in there. It'll come up and start to play. It says reading. It's actually reading burnt disc, which is pretty good. Now you can basically tell it what you want to import. So you just go to, well, this here will come up. Give it a time. Give it some minute here. Chop, chop. Okay, so that pops up. You just hit the button, touch screen. It says during disk copy scan /random/repeat functions are not available. Proceed with copy. So that means exactly what it says. So you just hit yes. It says this album has an unknown information because it's a burnt album. So you still yes, no. Shit. Well, see, I can name every song now. I really don't want to, so I'm just going to hit exit. So right now it's putting it to the hard drive. Now you can see my phone. Shows my phone. Shows my battery. Now this is not a built-in option with OnStar. Does still work the same way. You have to have a cell phone with Bluetooth capability. So this gives you the choice of having no extra cost for another cellular service in your truck. So basically, I hit a button on the steering wheel, it comes up the same way as voice recognition, and it picks up, and I talk to the phone and tell it to either call somebody in my contacts or tell it to dial a certain number, which is pretty cool. So you can run that right off your cellular service. And how you do that, as you see on the steering wheel here, this voice recognition, same thing, it's pretty much the same thing as the phone, but this one here, you just push the button, and I'll give you an example of that. So I'll turn the stereo up so you can hear. I'm going to push the button, it's playing a certain song, so push the button. Next track, so it goes to the next track. You can pretty much do the same thing again. Next track. play his next track. Pretty cool. So keep your hands on the wheel so you don't have to do too many things by reaching around and pushing buttons on the stereo. This other button right here is for my phone. Now I can push that button and tell it to call wherever I want. Just explain that to you, and that works really good. Now let me give it a try. Actually, I'm recording. I can't with my phone, so I can't show you that function. Works good though. I like that. Over here is your cruise control. It has 5 different, I think it's 5 different settings for speeds that you would like, which shows up in the instrument panel. Just goes by speed limit. Never probably will use that. Just use ordinary. Set it myself and go. Barely ever use a cruise control because I find the cruise control uses more fuel. What else? Instrument panel. Turn the key on. Shows fuel economy. Tells you how much kilometers or miles you're getting. Basically, how that works is this vehicle will switch to ECO, which is, turn that off, switching down to 4-cylinder when you're on the highway going at a steady speed that you prefer to have. And basically, once you get to the speed you like, just barely let off the fuel and it will stay on that speed limit and keep the 4-cylinder mode on. Of course, when you come to a hill, yes, you're going to climb it and it's going to kick into the V8. Works good, works really good for driving around town. Does give you actually quite a bit more difference in your fuel mileage, and also on the highway. I find though on the highway, maybe if you give yourself a little bit more leeway, like doing 130 kilometers an hour, you're basically doing the fuel management yourself. I don't care what they say, the faster you go, the better fuel mileage you get, as long as you're not razzing out doing 160 kilometers an hour, I mean, reasonably like 130, you get good mileage. It shows it. It doesn't lie in the instrument panel, it tells you. When I'm doing 130 kilometers, the truck is revving up to about $1.5 grand. $1.5 grand gives me to 28 miles to the gallon. Still not good, but it's a truck. What do you expect? So in here, there's different settings. So you kick back, and you got your fuel economy, you got tire pressure. It says it's okay. Just click over. That's tire pressure. Back, and you got vehicle info, messages. I can set this up to have incoming email and SMS. I can set the radio to do all that for me. Awesome. I can reply by voice recognition by talking to the stereo, and it will text out for me without touching my phone. Awesome. Whoop. So go back to this again. So you click back. Oops, sorry. Units and metric. System setup. You can go in here and you can change the whole way the vehicle runs and acts. So you can select your language. Park assist, which would be backup reverse camera. Has remote sensors. Auto locks. Doors. Auto lock. Unlock doors. Remote unlock sequence. You can change all this stuff and just tell it what to do. Horn with remote lock. Flash lamps with lock. You can turn it on and off, change it around. Headlamps off delay. Headlamps with wipers. Wipers go on, headlights to go on. It's got a whole bunch of different options. So you can change all that to whatever you like. So let's just get back out of here. Go back to, I like to keep it. Fuel economy. Yeah, I laugh. I know I'm getting shitty kilometers, but. So anyway, rear seat on the passenger side has a subwoofer. 12-inch sub built into the seat. You can lift the seat up and lift the compartment, and you'll see there's a sub there. You can also store away goods like papers, documents, stuff like that. Don't recommend because it muffles your speaker. That would be in that seat right there. I pick it up and show it to you, but I'm in the front. I'm not getting out training. So in the back, leather seats, it's got the lights there, it's got the 2 Alpine speakers on each side. Rear sliding window, leather heated seats in the rear. Also the same as the passenger in the front. Alright, what more to tell you? It's got the console in the center, shift. You have basically park, reverse, neutral drive, and you also have slap shift. Awesome, works good. Actually, it works really good for towing too. And the stereo has USB plug in there. Just plug your hard drive in, download your music to it, pictures, whatnot. That sucker's hard to get back on. In the dash, same idea. As you'll see, I can't even see it. Isn't there supposed to be a hard drive spot in there? Right there. There's another hard drive USB plug in there. You can put a hard drive and keep over 40 gigs if you want. You can keep another 40 gig in there, 60 gig, 120, whatever you want. You can keep a lot of music, pictures, and videos in there, which will interact with this as another hard drive. This is also itself a 40, so never run out of space on that. Dual climate on the bottom. Keep all the passengers happy with that little button there. Rear sliding window. This here is a sensor, like I said. Pinpoints each passenger in the car, keeps them to the right temperature that you like. Rear seats the same way. Has their own dual climate zone. 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel auto. It's got auto 4-wheel lock, and low. Neutral button as you're going down the highway.